everybody, it's Janice Burgess, or JB Quick Coach, and today we're going to talk about the stages of change, which is a really amazing coaching technique that I think you'll love. If I talk a little bit about the training that I provide, that will make you uber efficient at matching your change talk with where the client is at in their readiness to change. And that's so important because then you don't scare them away. Now, I use this specifically for clients wanting to quit smoking, but the techniques and training offered in my online course can be used in any health behavior change. So it's entirely worth it. Now, allow me to explore this with you for just a bit, okay, if I can. I overlap two models in my work, and by doing this, I'm creating space for my client to create their own action items related to the change that they want to make. And it also allows me to quickly assess where they are at and what goals as their coach I'll need to achieve. I want them to succeed just as much as they want to succeed, and maybe even more sometimes. So these two models that I'm going to talk about today, I overlap them and use them both. So the first model that I want to talk about is the stages of change. Now, I did not come up with this model myself. It was created by some brilliant motivational coaches or gurus named Prochaska and DeClemente. And the basis of the stage of change, however, is that clients will move back and forth between each stage. So it's not a linear movement, and it's up to us to kind of meet them where they're at and I guess build our level of services in a way that matches where they're at. Let's talk about that for a moment, and I'll tell you about each stage if that's all right. There's kind of 6 main stages of change, and they are pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, maintenance, and relapse. And how you approach your client could make or break the trust your client feels about continuing to work with you. So let's discuss each stage actually. So we'll start with pre-contemplation. And in this stage, the client is totally unaware of the problem with their tobacco use, and therefore they have no intention of changing their behavior. Your coaching strategy that would match is to ask permission just to provide them information, maybe some handouts, provide just some general info about the benefits of quitting specific to them, and invite them to come work with you in the future when they are ready. If the client is in contemplation, they might be aware of the problem with their tobacco use, but they're kind of unsure they would like to change at this time. So they're kind of on the fence, and they might express how they think and feel about themselves and the tobacco use. What we want to do as their coach is reinforce previous attempts to quit and get the client talking about what they like about smoking and then what they don't like. Closing the conversation with them telling you what they don't like so that they leave with that on their mind. So they leave with the thoughts of the dark side on their mind. Now, if a client is in preparation, they've probably made a commitment to quit their tobacco use. So they're starting to make plans. And it's really, as your coach, your goal to assist and support the client's plans. So let them discuss it in detail. Encourage the client to put their plan in writing using a personalized quit plan. And I provide those for you in the library of awesome stuff that's in my training. And really get them to give you details. So if, for example, if they say, I'm going to reduce my smoking over the next 3 days, get them to tell you exactly how many cigarettes per day they're going to get cut down by. Get them to be very specific. Then in the next stage, the client is in action. We'll talk about that for a second. So they believe they can quit, and they're actively changing their behavior and achieving their goals. So in this area of change, in this stage of change, your goal is to assist and support the person to succeed, to really congratulate their progress, discuss what's going well, and then coach on any challenges that they've come across, allowing the client to come up with their own solutions whenever possible. The next is maintenance, and the client, if they're in maintenance, their new tobacco-free lifestyle includes avoiding temptations to smoke and they're changing old ways of thinking and acting in situations where they would normally smoke. So they're basically making the familiar unfamiliar and the unfamiliar familiar for themselves. So, and this includes behavior change from the quit date up to 6 months after they quit as well. We want to continue to encourage the client and help make plans for slips and relapse because they might occur. In my training, I provide you information on how to deal with self-sabotage and assist the client to deal with it. But if slips occur, you want to help the client get back on track. So get them really thinking about no judgment, just curiosity. So why did this happen? Why did this happen now? Who were you with? What were the circumstances? In relapse, the client is reverting to old ways. Is normal and should be used as a learning experience. So if they relapse to smoke again, we want to again make them feel like there's no judgment, just curiosity. We want to help them understand the circumstances that cause the slip or relapse so that they can deal with it effectively in the future. So maintenance and relapse might go together a little bit, but the main thing is to get them back on track. Hopefully this makes sense. I've put a chart on my website that might help guide you in these certain circumstances as well when dealing with a client who's trying to quit smoking. But do you see how this helps you align with where your client is at? The really cool thing is you can use these stages of change for any health behavior change. It doesn't work just for quitting smoking. It works for anything. So this would be testing their blood sugars. It would be going to the gym. And I'll talk next about a little bit about the conviction and confidence scale, which is something I also overlap with the stage of change model to become super, super effective at determining where the client's thoughts are at that particular time. So conviction is really a measure of how important it is for the client to make the change. Here's what I ask them. If you were to quit tobacco for good, how would you benefit? And then I just listen for very personal answers. So vague answers really just confirm for me that it's not super important at this time. So things like my health might improve or I would save more money are fairly abstract and indicate maybe a lower conviction than if someone tells me that they're going for surgery and they're a bit concerned and worried about it, and their surgeon told them that they would have a more successful surgery if they quit 6 weeks prior to their operation. Or if they say something like, I've been told that I might have COPD or lung blockage and I'm really scared and that I'll end up on oxygen just like my mom did. So those are more personal answers. That to me tells me it's pretty important to the client. For confidence, confidence is all about how confident they feel with their ability to succeed. And I simply ask, if you decided to quit, how confident are you that you would succeed? This one is pretty straightforward, but I'll often get them to assign a number to their confidence. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most confident, how confident are you feeling about your plan to quit? I'll go deeper into the conviction and confidence scale in another live video, but for now, just know that you can quite easily determine the client's conviction and confidence by asking on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it for you to quit? On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you that you will succeed? Please note, though, that it's really important to assist your client to build their conviction first, and then you can work on their confidence. I often do this by asking permission to tell them about some of the benefits of quitting specific to them. And if they say, sure, proceed, I frame the quit plan as specific benefits to them. And this helps them start thinking about how important this could be and never go on the dark side. Your clients know the harmful effects of smoking, and it will simply bum them out if you go into that in detail and start telling them things that they're already very aware of. They know all the scary things about smoking. So great learning, everybody, today. Thanks for joining me. Next video, I'll go deeper into the conviction and confidence scale. You'll be amazed how easy it is to align your services with your client when you know what's holding them back and what's motivating them to succeed or change. I'll show you how. Till then, stay awesome, everybody.